I think we set out to write Zahara for the finance team. There's no doubt about that. Because a lot of the procurement guys will come to us and go, is it a procurement tool? Is it for us? Kind of. It's really for the finance team. It gives them the controls and the visibility. That's the main thing. So although they want to empower their department heads like their IT manager or their marketing team to spend within their limits, they want the visual. And I bet you can confirm that no one in finance likes surprises. No finance director wants to see a £30,000 invoice and go, who signed that off? Where did that come from? And that's what Zahara does. It prevents all that kind of...
Well, one of the horror stories that I've kind of got in terms of this whole purchasing and spending money and what it looks like is I had a client a number of years ago. They were a significantly big business, and we were doing some year-end work for them, and I identified, I said, something you're spending here doesn't quite match. Like, I'm not able to reconcile it to where it should be. Like, it looks like something's not right here. And after some digging and some conversations, it actually turned out that their accounting team member was putting through fraudulent invoices and had ripped hundreds of thousands of dollars out of this business and to pay off some issues that they had in their life. Now, this is one of those things that because they didn't have a system in process to ensure that they had checks and balances, to ensure that it was signed off, to ensure that the bank accounts that they were paying it to were the actual correct ones and all these things, literally this person is now in jail as a result of that. And this business had to go through immense pressure, stress to try and recover that money, as well as put things in place to ensure that it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got kind of fraudulent opportunities where spoofed emails, hey Mary, can you please pay this invoice? And it looks like it's come from the finance director. And then you've got the finance director herself, kind of fleecing the company. I mean, there was a big chain of cafes here that folded recently for that exact reason. On the surface, it feels like the finance director has been, falsely reporting and therefore, hoarding the money away. I'm sure it will come out in the wash soon, but it was a shock to the shareholders. That's for sure.
We had a client that had that fleecing email kind of approach. They had they didn't have a robust financial team. So the junior person who was a financial person received this email. Hey, it came from this person. I need you to pay this immediately. Away they go. And to some extent, he was familiar that that's kind of how they kind of interacted. So he's like, all right, I'm going to pay it. Tried to get in touch with the owner. Couldn't get in touch with the owner. So I paid $170,000 out for this thing. And turned out that they shouldn't have done that, and it wasn't recoverable, and there was a whole bunch of issues that kind of came together as a result of that. And if they had a system in place, it wouldn't have happened.
Exactly. I mean, one of I always think there's a telltale sign of those emails. It's normally terrible grammar.
Yes.
or a language style that the finance director wouldn't usually use. But one of the things that one of our early customers asked us to put in place was that kind of, if somebody's down as an approver, so say the financial controller is an approver, if that person goes to raise their own order, they're automatically bypassed as the approver. So we kind of set a delegate, and it's like, that's a cool feature. And I think that's one of the real kind of advantages of Zahara. We've treated it like a community project where all of the ideas that come from the customer base, we've obviously come up with the core ideas, and then we've listened to these features and put them in. But that's a really good core control that somebody can put in place, that a finance director or CEO can't just sign off $150,000 dollars worth of spend without the control still being in place, regardless of who you are or what the status is. Normally a business is answerable to some higher authority. It could be the bank with the overdraft, it could be shareholders. Even if it's a family business, there could be a minor shareholder that wants an audit trail, and we give that kind of information as well behind every purchase.